So for people just tuning in now and just hearing about you, give like a brief 60-second introduction to what Magus Nodes is and then kind of the team behind it.
Ooh, Nolan, go ahead.
Can do. So, hi guys, I'm Nolan. I'm the CEO of Magus Nodes. And Magus Nodes is a DeFi as a service protocol, and our ultimate goal is stability and sustainability. We want to be able to offer people an attractive APR by staking, and have it at a sustainable rate. So, the chart's not just endlessly going down, but you're still earning passive income.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, that's a really good and short and sweet summary of you guys. I know, Derek, we were talking a little earlier, and you brought up a partnership with Sphinx Labs, but I hear that got canceled?
Yeah, it did. So it was a last minute decision. Now, let's be honest, it's 2022 and everything should be as streamlined and easy as possible. So this is what happened. At the last minute, we realized that, oh, wait a minute, there would be like 10 extra clicks for someone to buy Magus on Sphinx Labs if we was to use them as a DEX. Now, don't get me wrong, we've still used Sphinx Labs to lock up some of our tokens, which is excellent. They do still provide some really good services, but they're just not. If we was a BSC token, there would not be a problem, right? But it's because we're a Crow token, they're just not optimized for Crow tokens just yet.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that the way that you ended up going definitely makes sense, and I mean it's a bummer that that fell through, but at the same time, you guys probably are well aware that you probably made the right decision too, and I think that making it more confusing for people that aren't specifically super familiar with the crypto space would really kind of set people back and not be too accommodating to those newcomers. So I think that
Yeah.
definitely is a good call to make.
Yeah, not to mention as well that a lot of people are new to the Chrono space in general, so they're new to the space and they'll be new to Sphinx. So yeah, I do feel like it was a good call on our part. However, it was a decision that we needed to make last minute because it was a problem that we was unaware of until last minute.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, yeah, it is. But yeah, so we're live on MMF.finance, which is the most well known in the Kronos ecosystem as well.
Yeah, that's how I got your guys' token. So it was a pretty simple process, just importing the token into the DEX and then clicking the button to buy it.
Lovely. Glad to hear that you're invested as well, mate. Nice one.
Oh yeah. So let's hear some updates on development work. I know you guys have been working on the peer-to-peer marketplace and I think a couple of other things as well.
Oh yeah, also the multi-sig. So we can confirm that it's working absolutely perfectly. Nolan, do you want to touch on some stuff?
Sure. So again, as Derek said, multi-sig's working fine. We've moved 250k Magus over to there in about 27,500 USDC. We have the members set up and clued up on how it works. We're going to be adding the links to all our lockers and the multi-sig today just to our links so people can view them if they want. But they're also, publicly accessible on the Sphinx locker. And because we're the only one of the few Crow projects that used it, it's easier to find than some other platforms. Besides that, yeah, we have the peer-to-peer. That's still looking on schedule to be launched within a week, which is amazing. We have the DApp. There's still a lot of things that need to be adjusted or edited on there, like the total amount of nodes that are live. We need to just implement that, and just some mobile optimization issues that need kind of finalizing on that side of things. Short term, our main goal right now is just making sure everybody has the correct amount of nodes and tokens. A few people slip through because we did both manual and the launch pad, so we have quite a few tickets open right now. So the team's just been going through them the past 2 days. Well, I guess past 24 hours more around, making sure everyone's getting, the correct amount and making sure everyone's happy. There's been a few questions as well. I'm just trying to find a message I sent in our mod chat because I did a bit of a breakdown of what we're doing today. Yeah, so getting the airdrops, getting the forms ready for things like CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap, sharing the locks and treasury, team marketing discussion, so, and of course the AMAs, which counts towards marketing.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think getting on to CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko are definitely a huge step forward. I think that's very important. But speaking from personal experience, they are a pain in the butt to work with and get on. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, what's kind of the next steps then going forward after you kind of clear up all the tickets that you guys got from launch and then finish up with the AMAs today? I know you have another one today, I believe, but what's kind of the next steps from
Yeah,
marketing and then development?
good question. So, I mean, just because we've launched doesn't mean we're on our AMA right now. We've got another one. The calendar is packed with them. We've got a day off tomorrow, but other than that, it's back to booking AMAs. It's back to getting pinned posts. It's back to getting the shillers out there. Just letting people know Magus is now live, tradable. There was a great fear. Not proud to say it, but there was a great fear that was a potential rug. So I think once people notice, oh wow, that team actually are starting to deliver on things that they've said, is excellent, and I can just imagine them all jumping over. So yeah, it should be nice.
Gotcha. Yeah, a lot of people have like been spreading FUD around about different projects being rugs, and some of it makes sense, and some of it just blatantly doesn't, and it's I don't know, it's a mess. Some people are just little fudsters is what we call them.
Well, fudsters, I like that.
Yeah, Nolan, you got any kind of plans going forward for the next, say, 2 weeks, months, and the next like year for the development work?
Yeah, certainly. So again, making sure we have more features on the app. That's certainly, that's our main hub, right? So some of the first things we need to get sorted on there is the optimization. We need to get the dashboard to be showing the live statistics of the Magus price and the live nodes. We also need to introduce the treasury link on there, so people can click on it and see what assets we have. We need to introduce the runway so people can track that. So a lot of development on that side of things. Then we'll have to introduce the NFT staking. So that's another thing we need to work on. So we do have previous smart contracts, luckily, for NFTs, right? So it'll primarily just be working on the artwork for those things. And we'll probably, just looking at our current user base right now, it'll more than likely be some form of airdrop or whitelist, and a very limited drop to kind of incentivize people. What else development wise? I think for like the short term, that the peer-to-peer, of course, that will be a big one for us, and then when that launches, that'll be quite a big thing for us. Oh yeah, and again, our multi-sig as well. This is like a V1, right? So we want to continue working on it, making it more user-friendly, because right now it's just a smart contract. We could work on having kind of a back-end app for that for the community members as well, and make it easier for them as well as us. And of course, making it a separate entity sooner rather than later, so we can offer it as a service to other projects in the growth space.
Gotcha. You mentioned that the treasury, you're gonna put that showing on the DApp. Now that that is live, do you guys have plans to kind of diversify those funds into different investments, or I guess what's kind of your plan going forward with the treasury and bringing in yield for the Magus investors?
So, first thing first, of course, is we just need to upgrade a bit of our multi-sig, just because right now, if we wanted to invest in LP, we would have to withdraw the funds, get the LP tokens, then put them back in the multi-sig, which is fine. But, would rather be able to do it all in-house on the treasury, right? So hopefully we can get that done very soon. If it will take a bit longer, what we'll do is we'll just have to withdraw the funds partially at a time, get LP, put the tokens back in, and then we can just share that as investments for the public. So yeah, stable coin farms just for now, to diversify a bit. yeah, we'll see what's on Crow, but we may have to bridge to other chains. We'll have to see, right? Because it's still quite early on here.
Gotcha. And I guess the elephant in the room is with stablecoin farming. Do you guys have plans to avoid something like Terra Luna, where you lose 99.999% of your investment in the matter of a day because a stablecoin farm dropped? Or are you, I guess, what are your criteria for investing in these stablecoin farms?
So they definitely have to have more backing than their
Than an algorithm?
supply. Yeah, yeah. We're not really looking at algorithm. If you look at something like DAI, I think they have enough backing that that one DAI is actually worth $2.50 or something. So, we'd be going with something that has proven backing like USDC or DAI, and would avoid algorithmic stablecoins. We may look at a few, but that would be a very small percent of our treasury, and it would only be if has a bit of a higher APR, just to diversify our risk, because DAI definitely wouldn't die, but no pun intended there, but you never know, right? You never know.
Yeah, never put all your eggs in one basket. I like that philosophy. What else is there to ask about? How about any partnerships? You guys working on any good partnerships?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there was quite a lot of partnerships that we was trying to get before we launched, and just people trying to protect their community to the absolute fullest. They just said, "Look, we're interested, but it's just not going to happen until you launch. Once you launch, then come back, talk to me again." So we're in the process of doing that. There's one quite big one called Node Kingdom, or they recently changed their name like a matter of weeks ago to Crypto Kingdom. However, it was is a really strong node focused targeted group. So if we can pull off that partnership, it would be really nice. And yeah, there is a couple other in the pipeline as well. And also, I think it's quite nice that our partnerships that we've got so far aren't just marketing partnerships. We've also got development partnerships with the likes of Fractal Studios as well. So it just helps create this almost safety net, just in case we do ever need anything. We can then go to one of our partners, whether it be a little bit of marketing or a little bit of development. It's just nice. But yeah, partnerships is definitely something that we're open to and also looking for.
Gotcha. Are the ones that are still in the pipeline? Are you guys able to talk about those ones or?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of a little bit. So one that's just recently happened actually is Mod Society. Now, up until very recently, they were named Node Society. So again, it's just some nice targeted marketing. So if you head over to their website, you'll see the Magus banner. We can also go over to their Discord. We've got official Magus roles. So it's not like we're going over there to shill. We're welcome over there. Um, it's just nice. That's one brand new partnership. I think it only got verified 2-3 days ago. So that is quite nice. And to be honest, one partnership that I do really hope we land is this Crypto Kingdom partnership. I know that I've got a talk with Sean. That's the guy's name. I've got a talk with Sean in, I think it's just more than a day and a half away, which is nice. He's looking forward to it, but he just was absolutely unwilling to partner up before we launched, just due to the fact that we might have rugged, which is fair enough. Like, he doesn't know who I am, so he was just protecting his community.
Gotcha. Yeah, those could definitely be some pretty big ones, especially if you have those longer term partnerships where you can continually provide value to each other. I think that's definitely a very good and beneficial way to view partnerships, is through that long and mutually beneficial avenues. We got a couple
That's it.
questions in chat as well. Zoned asks, what mechanisms are in place to keep it sustainable?
Good question. Nolan, do you want to take this one?
can indeed. So we have multiple things in place right now to kind of help assist with this stability aspect of our project, right? So we have the taxes. So right now our treasury is growing at a much faster rate than any form of selling pressure at all, which is brilliant. Fun fact here, we have 86% of our supply initially locked up for our rewards pool. That's gone up to 90% in a day, right? So that means we're currently deflationary, which, you know, for a node project is quite insane. So that's one massive factor that really helps with our sustainability. Another thing is we have funds on standby. If we ever hit dollar, we just buy, keep it above that. Because essentially with our model, right, what matters is not, you know, a constant green dildo chart, right? Of course, that's lovely. We'll love that, but it's about, you know, maintaining a stable position. So, you know, as long as we can do that, we're happy. Anything added on that is a bonus, right? So, we have the treasury funds to help knock it back up if and when necessary. We have the fact that we're currently deflationary, and what else was I going to say? Yes, and the peer-to-peer, when that launches within a week, we have that tax as well, which is going to be yet another source of income for us to be able to support the project, as the fees are in USDC as well. And because it's peer-to-peer, that means it isn't impacting our LP at all. So, you know, we have a bunch of things in place right now. As soon as the runway is public as well on the DApp, people can just see how exactly close we are to you know, not being able to support the APR and things like that.
Gotcha. And what are the fees going to be for the peer-to-peer marketplace?
So you have things like OpenSea. I think they charge around 2%. Our fee is just going to be 1%. So um, it's a fair amount. You know, it's lower than our competitors, and there is no competitors in the node market. So you know, we felt this was a good price to start at.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think that's definitely the peer-to-peer marketplace is what really got me mostly interested in Magus, because that was, to me at least, the biggest innovation that you guys were bringing to the table, was that ability to sell nodes between one another. And I think that in itself is just pretty big in comparison to these other innovations that these projects come out with, like little subtle changes with tokenomics, and then they're branding themselves as the next new thing, and then this is like an actual fundamental way to bring in revenue for the project. And I think that is definitely just key to keeping up that sustainability. We got one more question from Abaheim. Are the nodes working behind the scenes since the DApp is incomplete? And if so, where can we see the tokens? Or will we see the tokens after the DApp is finished?
The tokens. So the tokens are just like any other token, I believe. You can view them in your wallet, or if you go on something like some kind of blockchain explorer like Chronoscan, you can view the tokens in your wallet. Or well, we won't be on Debanklet yet. I think we have to list on those, but the tokens are publicly accessible. For the nodes, if you just connect to the DApp, it actually shows you how many nodes you currently own. So it is visible for users who have purchased nodes to see actually how many they have. Some of the next things we need to implement is just a countdown so people know every 24 hours when they can claim their rewards. There is no issue with claiming every 24 hours now. It's just so people don't, you know, waste 10 cents trying to claim too early or something. But you don't have to claim every 24 hours. You can let it compound if you want, and then just claim once a week or whenever you want. I think, did I answer that in its entirety?
I believe so. Yeah, I know from looking at the DApp myself, like I could see my tokens, I can see the nodes or how many I have, and it looks really clean, and all the information is very visible. Like I didn't have any confusion when looking at it, so I think that answers it.
Brilliant. I'm just glad that the sneak peek we shared, you know, sometimes projects have sneak peeks of something cool and it doesn't look as they envision it, right? So, you know, we kept that promise.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, are there any other things that you guys want to touch up on?
One thing we could definitely touch up on is the fact that because, you know, we have a team and we're all on we're on salaries, right? We're not incentivized by the token, right? Because we don't pay people in tokens. So we have a team for months, plus the fact the core team will be here forever, right? So The good thing about that is, people know we're going to be building for months, right? Because we're incentivized just for the success of the project and the fact that we can bring on more team members. So, um, you know, the fact that, we're stable, we're not going to rug, I think is going to, over the next few weeks, bring in a lot of new investors paired with our marketing. So it's definitely, I think we're going to see some unparalleled growth soon.
I like it.
Yeah, I think one other good thing is we've seen a slight dip today, so we just did a buyback. Now I've been in actual buyback projects and that was their only utility, and they still have a massive buyback wallet just sitting there because they just are unwilling to use it. So it's crazy, but yeah, hopefully when we're just nice and stable, some new marketing, give us a little push. I just got a WhatsApp from my friend saying, "Oh, here, new Magus video on TikTok," which is excellent. I think the guy's got like 3,000 and something followers. So it's nice just to see there'll still be constant videos out there, whether it be TikTok, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, sorry, on the video aspect. Just keeping just keep letting everyone know about Magus. We just did a YouTube AMA that was quite nice as well. And on that, the guy says that he actually enjoyed doing the AMA as well, so he'll be phoning up a couple of his YouTube friends, which is just always nice to hear, right?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely keeping new eyes coming onto the project is gonna be key for keeping that sustainability up, and just keeping growing the community is definitely going to be a huge aspect of getting new eyes on the project is just going to be beneficial for the long run. I like that you guys are definitely doing your due diligence in marketing and reaching out to different YouTubers and influencers, TikTokers, everything that you can think of, and different crypto groups. And I like that you guys are consistent with it. Nothing like super substantial, but a lot of really good partnerships, and you're consistently getting those. And I think that is definitely super important for keeping a project alive.
Yeah, you know what? I really agree because I think I've seen so much projects, and it's always before launch, right? It's always before launch. They absolutely blow their load. They do everything in 1 week. It's absolutely crazy. They do everything in 1 week. And then they've just got nothing left, and they just do absolutely nothing after launch because I don't know. I don't really know, but it just seems like once they launch, they don't care. However, it's definitely not the case with Magus. We will be working away, and just continue to do things how we've done it. Just keep letting new people know about Magus. Well, in a marketing aspect, anyway. Keep on developing. Sorry, no development, but yeah, it's all the same.
Yeah, definitely. We got one more question from Random Crypto TBWS. He asks, big question for you. I got some nodes last night at launch. I've just made some more nodes. Will it be possible to get an individual timer on the DApp for claiming times?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, eventually that will be necessary, right? Because each node has their own timer. I think for now, short term, we may just have to implement like a 24-hour clock on the first node you've brought. It really depends on what a developer can whip out sooner, but definitely in the short term, that would be something we introduce just for user experience reasons.
Gotcha.
Also, really good question.
Yeah, I haven't even actually thought of that before. I'm not like super. I'm not into a bunch of different node projects, so I'm not like familiar with what different ones do to differentiate themselves totally. But just hearing a lot of different, hearing from a lot of different projects and what they're doing to differentiate themselves, I haven't actually heard that they're implementing a timer on the DApp, so that's actually pretty cool. Manifesta asks, how many nodes are already running and getting a 1% ROI?
So we actually need our developer to clarify that for us because we need it to be live on our DApp, so we're unsure, but we know there's well over 1,000 nodes currently running for sure. That's just based off the pre-sale. And again, we went from 86% to 90% in our rewards pool, which is around hundreds of thousands of tokens, right? So we have thousands of nodes running, and that should be up within 48 hours. The actual live nodes, I imagine. It's one of our first priorities.
Gotcha. Yeah. Actually, I'm curious, how much did you guys raise through the pre-sale, if you don't mind talking about that?
Yeah, I mean, in total, I think it was around 115 to 120,000.
Solid. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed, for sure. Yeah. The community has been um, crazy fantastic. That doesn't really work, but you get my point here. They've been
Yeah.
very, they've been very patient, very understanding towards the launch. We've had primarily positive feedback, so because people had to wait, for us to actually launch. So I think a lot of people were just happy that we got the launch out the way. We had a nice chart when we launched. We're above launch price, so it goes a long way, I suppose.
Yeah, and on top of this, the market conditions haven't been, too friendly towards us all. And I think once they start turning around, we're gonna see, just like we did in 2018 and in 2021, where these just rows and rows of investors just flood into the market and invest into pretty much every single project that you can think of, and really every project just starts getting loads of new people coming in, and everybody just having a good time. And I think once the markets start turning around, I do think that you guys are gonna see some pretty crazy growth, and I'm excited to see that for you guys.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean,
On you go, Nolan.
Uh, we're definitely undervalued for what we are when you can consider the fact, there's probably some shitcoin now called Doge, 50,000 that has probably 500k in liquidity. For us, that'll be be like a 9, 8, 9x, right? So we're definitely undervalued. The Kronos ecosystem's undervalued. When we began development, Crow was worth about double what it's worth now, right? We actually checked one of the first private sales we did with someone who was really interested in the project, and the value in the Crow he sent us was down 53% compared to how it is now, right? So the market's gone a lot smaller. There's a lot of fear right now, so luckily we have the plans and the funds in place for us to be able to work on Magus for a good while, and during that time fresh investors will be coming in. We'll have some marketing and all that good stuff, and we'll be rewarded for we'll all be rewarded for it, right? There we go.
Yeah, it's coming up on that half-hour mark, and I know, Derek, you wanted to have it a little quicker because you guys are definitely busy the day after launch. I can't imagine that you guys are just sitting on your hands. So, any last kind of closing thoughts that you guys want to end with?
Well, I will definitely say a big thank you for having us again, for allowing Magus to take part in your community. We really are grateful for it. And as always, you've been an absolute brilliant host.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's always great to hear from you guys. You guys are entertaining and exciting to hear from.
Oh, awesome. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
hopefully the next time we come on, we're probably at like $5 a token, and the ecosystem's a bit more booming. Who knows?
yeah, hopefully my Bitcoin portfolio isn't still, dropping every day. But yeah, well, again, thank you guys so much for coming on, and I wish you guys the absolute best of luck going forward.
Not a problem. I'm sure we'll see you again.
Of course, of course.
Thank
Take
you as
care.
always.